Jason Donald was born on October 14, 1985, in Jacksonville, Florida. A city with a rich sports culture that would serve as a fertile ground for his love of baseball. From a young age, Donald demonstrated an aptitude for athletics, excelling in various sports throughout his childhood. His true passion, however, was always baseball. A game that seemed to run in his blood. Growing up, Donald was often seen playing baseball in his neighborhood, and by the time he was a teenager, his talent as an infielder was becoming evident. His skills with the bat and his defensive abilities on the field set him apart from his peers, which drew the attention of coaches and scouts. He attended St. Augustine High School in Jacksonville, where he became a standout player for the school's baseball team. Donald's ability to hit for average and make plays at multiple infield positions led him to a scholarship at the University of Arizona, where he would continue to develop into a top-tier baseball prospect. Playing for the Arizona Wildcats under coach Andy Lopez, Donald continued to improve his skills, becoming one of the top shortstop prospects in the country. His college career laid the foundation for what would become a promising professional career in baseball. Professional beginnings. Minor league career. In 2006, after an impressive college career at Arizona, Jason Donald was drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies in the third round of the Major League Baseball draft. With his blend of offensive potential and versatility on defense, Donald was seen as a key prospect for the Phillies' future. The young infielder signed with the Phillies and began his professional journey in the minor leagues. Donald played his first professional season with the Batavia Muckdogs in Class A, where he impressed scouts with his polished bat and ability to play multiple infield positions, particularly shortstop and second base. His time in the minor leagues saw him rise through the ranks, earning promotions to higher-level teams like the Reading Phillies and the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. As he climbed the ranks, Donald's defensive prowess and ability to make contact with the ball stood out, and he was considered one of the top infield prospects in the Phillies system. During his minor league years, Donald faced the challenges of adjusting to the higher level of competition, but his natural instincts, work ethic, and commitment to improving made him a steady presence on the field. As he refined his skills, especially in terms of plate discipline and fielding consistency, it was clear that a call-up to the majors was within reach. Career peak, Major League debut and impact. Jason Donald's first taste of Major League Baseball came in 2010 when he was called up to the Philadelphia Phillies. On May 17, 2010, he made his MLB debut against the Cincinnati Reds, stepping onto the field for the first time as a Major League Baseball player. His debut was the culmination of years of hard work and determination, and although he did not have an immediate, standout performance, the opportunity to play at the highest level was a significant achievement in itself. Donald's time with the Phillies was brief, but it demonstrated his ability to compete at the top level. In his rookie season, he showcased the kind of versatility that he had developed in the minors. He played both second base and shortstop, providing a steady presence in the infield when needed. While his statistics during his short stint in the majors weren't spectacular, they highlighted his potential as a solid utility player. After his debut with the Phillies, Donald was involved in a notable trade that would set the stage for the next phase of his career. In July 2010, he was traded to the Cleveland Indians as part of a package deal in exchange for Roy Halladay, one of the most dominant pitchers in Major League Baseball at the time. This trade marked a significant shift in Donald's career, as he was now a member of the Indians organization, which would give him more opportunities to prove himself on a larger stage. Main achievements. Success in Cleveland and contributions to the team. Donald's time with the Cleveland Indians provided the platform he needed to establish himself as a reliable major league player. Over the next few years, he split his time between the major leagues and the minors, but it was in Cleveland that he began to develop into a useful piece of the team. Versatility and consistency. One of Donald's key strengths was his ability to play multiple positions in the infield. While he was primarily a shortstop, he also played second base and third base, showcasing his versatility and value as a utility player. His ability to fill in at different positions, often in emergency situations, made him an important part of the Indians' roster. Defensive abilities. Donald earned praise for his defensive skills, especially his ability to turn double plays and his quick reflexes on ground balls. His glove work was one of the aspects of his game that stood out the most, and it contributed significantly to his reputation as a reliable player. Offensive contributions. While Donald's primary strength was his defense, he also had a respectable bat. He wasn't a power hitter, but he could make consistent contact, hitting for a decent average, and he had the ability to get on base and provide some run production. He was known for his patience at the plate, often working deep into counts and drawing walks. Despite a few years of ups and downs in terms of performance, Donald proved to be a valuable asset for Cleveland, even though he was never able to break through as a regular starter. His role as a versatile utility player allowed him to maintain a place in the major leagues for a number of seasons. Final years. Injuries, decline, and retirement. While Donald had a promising start to his career, injuries and inconsistencies began to hamper his progress in the latter years of his career. After spending time with the Indians, he moved around various organizations, including the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. But he struggled to find a long-term place on any of these teams. In 2012, Donald faced a serious setback with injuries, which sidelined him for much of the season. His path in the big leagues became increasingly uncertain as he battled with physical issues, particularly a shoulder injury that kept him from playing at the level he had once hoped to achieve. Donald was eventually released from the Indians in 2013 and signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers, though his career continued to be plagued by injuries. By 2014, he was no longer playing at the major league level and spent his final seasons in the minor leagues. Though his time in the major leagues was not as long or as illustrious as some had hoped, Jason Donald's resilience and love for the game kept him in the mix for several years. Ultimately, he retired from professional baseball in 2015. Legacy and impact. Jason Donald's legacy in baseball may not be marked by all-star appearances or MVP awards, but it is defined by his professionalism, his work ethic, and his adaptability. Donald's ability to fill multiple roles on the field, particularly his solid defense and versatility, made him a reliable player for every team he was part of. He was never a superstar, but he was an important player nonetheless, one whose contributions were appreciated by the coaches, teammates, and fans who saw his value. Donald's perseverance, especially in the face of injuries and setbacks, is an inspiring aspect of his career. He never gave up on his dream to play in the major leagues, and although his time at the top was brief, he made the most of it. His legacy in baseball is a reminder that success comes in many forms and that the journey of a player is often defined by their resilience as much as their statistics. In retirement, Jason Donald has remained involved in the game, often participating in coaching and mentoring young players who look up to his journey and the lessons he learned along the way. He remains an important figure in the baseball community, respected for his character, his versatility, and his passion for the game.